Hi everybody, and welcome to our Freedom Lifestyle Mums in Business event. I'm Tanya, and I have been, I'm a mum myself, but I'm actually an older mum, and I've been involved in this beautiful community now for 4 years. And when I started, my daughter was actually 15. My youngest daughter was 15, and I was a mum who was working full time and feeling really frustrated because my daughter at the time was pretty unwell and she really needed me. And I would get these tearful phone calls from her while I was at work. And of course, there was nothing I could do because I couldn't leave my job and come home and see her as much as I really, really wanted to. So don't get me wrong, I, enjoy having some kind of purpose. And I did feel that, the work that I was doing from a social work background was kind of purposeful, but it wasn't really enough for me. And at the time, as a mum, for most of us here will know that our kids come first. And, it was pretty important to me that my daughter had my time and that she had everything, that I could give her as much as I possibly could. And at the time, I felt pretty stuck because financially I had to work. And so I really didn't know what to do. And, right now is this time in the world where the world is so uncertain anyway. We don't know what's going to happen with our jobs. And for most of us, even our hubbies or our partners are really, even some of them are also losing their jobs or they've lost quite a few hours. And so financially, things are really tough for all of us, even though we're still wanting to be at home with our babies. But of course, we've got to be able to pay the mortgage, right? We've got to be able to pay the bills as well. So, what I did was I found this incredible opportunity that gave me way more freedom than what I ever thought that I could have. Going back 4 years ago, I saw this opportunity and I thought, wow, this is a chance right now for me to actually have way more than what I have, and particularly in time. So, picture this. I was in a job. I was at the bottom of, so we talk about how, a lot of the time in our traditional business model, that it really does look like a pyramid. It really does. When we look at all the people that most of the workers that are in the bottom, and then we've got all the different levels of management, and then of course we've got our CEO at the top. And of course the CEO, you think that the CEO is going to do really well in his business, and he might be raking in the income, but he's also pretty much married to the job, and he has a lot of outgoings that most of us don't even realize. And to be perfectly honest, how many of us will ever get a chance to be that CEO? Not many of us. Particularly as a mum, for me, I was really unskilled, and I actually trained and did my degree, my social work degree, when my kids were really little as a solo mum. So for me, I needed something more than what I had. I was really unskilled and wanted to have something more. Whereas with our business model, I didn't need a skill. I could start in at the bottom and I would have exactly the same opportunity as everybody else to be able to achieve what I wanted to as much as everyone else. There was no competition. So I wasn't competing with everyone else within the company or outside of the company for a job or for a better pay. I was actually, whatever work I put in, I was going to be rewarded for. And everyone else had exactly the same chances to do this, to have the same things. And the other thing, so I was a little bit dubious about, okay, so is it one of those things, right? When we talk about, when you hear back in the 90s, there's all these kind of pyramid schemes and things going on. And I was involved with a couple of dodgy ones. And I just thought, I don't want it to be one of those things. But of course, I realized pretty quickly that this business model is the most ethical and fairest business model that I've ever seen. There is no other model that I know that you can come in completely unskilled in any stage of life, at any time in your life. It doesn't matter what ethnicity or culture or financial situation or gender or sexual preference you are. You can come in and you can make this business work. And of course, the other thing is too, that you can be your own CEO of your own business, because essentially this is your own business. And I was pretty excited about that, because for me, I always wanted to own my own business, and I dabbled in a few little things. Like I had a baking business for a while when my kids were little, and it was all trading time for money. And I didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to have it a way that I could have the freedom so I could be home for my daughter, but I could also make a really good income. And the beautiful thing that I loved about this was the business model gave us a chance to create a passive income. So it means it's going to pay me for life. And it means that our income is unlimited. There is no cap to it. We're not getting told how much we're going to earn every week or how much we're going to earn every hour. We're not being told when we can take time off. We're not being told when we can have sick leave or what work we have to do. We can choose what we do every day. So if you value freedom, you will absolutely love this business opportunity. And the other thing that I found that I was a little bit dubious about was I didn't want to be one of those people that harassed my friends, because I was really big on building my friendships and keeping my friendships. I didn't want to end up with no friends and being that person that went to a party and no one wanted to talk to because, oh my God, it's the Juice Plus lady. So, for me, it had to be authentic. It had to be real. And I realized pretty quickly that all I did was share my story. So I shared what was working for me. And it's the same as you would share your favorite hairdresser, your favorite restaurant, your favorite holiday destination. All I was doing was sharing that I was loving this program and product. It was working for me and my daughter. And that's all I did. And seriously, I got paid for that. So normally, if we're going to refer a hairdresser or something, we're not going to get paid for that, but we get paid to do this, which is really exciting. So for me, this was a no-brainer. And of course, what that did for me is when I started, I decided that I was going to leave my job. That was my big goal. And I wanted to be at home for my daughter. And 4 months later, I left my job. And, for nearly 3.5 years, I've been doing this from home, from anywhere. We traveled around Southeast Asia for 9 weeks, my husband and I, and it was all on this income, So thanks to this incredible business opportunity that has given me so much flexibility and so much time with my girl, who's now at university. And so she lives in a different city now. And so I can just fly down and see her, or I can just pay for her to fly up and see me, which is another thing I didn't have because I was so broke all the time. And with anyone with 4 children will understand that you're always broke. So it was a really good thing. It's really good now that I can just pay if she wants to fly up here to visit us, or I can just go down there anytime I want to. So absolutely love the opportunity that this business brings us. So what I really do love too is I love the stories that we have around this as well. And I really want to share that tonight. You are going to hear from some of our team, and later you're also going to hear a little bit about our program, what is it we do, how we help our customers. But right now, I really want to share. I want to pass you over actually to beautiful Megan. Now, Megan's not a Kiwi. She's actually in Australia, but that's all right. And she's a pregnant mama. It's her first baby, and she's just going to share why she loves this business so much. Thank you, darling.
Thanks, Tanya. Hi. Well, I started off with the program first on the products, and I had some amazing results. And I started because, well, I wanted to, pregnancy planning. So, lo and behold, here we are. But that wasn't the only thing that I wanted for myself. I also wanted to be able to be at home with my baby. So that was probably one of the first things that was attractive to me, along with the health. I'm type 1. I have type 1 diabetes, so I needed to work towards getting healthier for that, because there are certain requirements before getting pregnant. And so with that, I had to make some changes. And when it comes to I guess, sorry, a little tongue-tied here.
That's okay, honey. What was your pain when you first started? So what were you not happy about, and what have you noticed since you've been doing the business? What has it helped you with in terms of what your life going forward?
So, well, I guess when it comes to the work side of it, I more than a couple of years ago now, I left a job because I was severely unhappy. I was very depressed and anxious. Even just the thought of turning up to work was depressing. There was a moment when I was literally on, hugging my husband's feet, begging him not to go to work. And the next day, even though my team leader was not going to be there, and the work culture was just unhealthy, and it left me, as I said, it left me depressed, and I didn't work for about 12 months. And even though I knew I had to make some changes within, so I ended up leaving. I stayed too long. I realized I stayed longer than I should have, and I ended up leaving eventually because I realized, well, my health was more important so than the money or trying to prove something to other people or even myself. So and I wanted to do something. I started realizing at that time for myself that I actually wanted to do something with meaning and purpose, and I wanted to help people. I didn't really know how. I didn't know what that would look like, and it didn't come straight away. And I eventually, after 12 months of not working, I eventually found another job before this program. And I managed to get back on my feet a bit and started realizing, okay, well, it's good to be earning some money again. It's good to be back at work and amongst other people and feeling like myself again. However, I noticed that there was still certain restrictions and things that I wasn't really happy with. I wasn't really doing the purposeful thing. And if you wanted to progress, there was no progression. You had to work when the hours you were told to work, and any time off you needed, you had to ask for it. I didn't really like the thought of that. I like having the freedom with this business to be able to just go to appointments. And lately for me, that's been a lot of appointments. It's because of me having diabetes. Since I got pregnant, it's been at least every 2 weeks, and now that I'm towards the end of that, it's every week. So yeah, I eventually came across Juice Plus, and yeah, I'm very thankful for where I'm at, because it not only helped my health and my diabetes sugar levels have never been better, even while pregnant. And that's a real surprise for me, because I've struggled for quite a while to get my average HbA1c 3-monthly levels to normal, and I managed to do that twice in a row while pregnant. So that's a huge achievement. And along with that, so I
Thank you, beautiful.
And yeah, so it's just great to be able to do this job from home. And also the legacy side of it is good as well, because for people with type 1 diabetes, no matter how you may leave this planet, we cannot get life insurance. So that's a huge bonus with this particular business.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. You did so well, Megan. I know that you're really nervous, honey. You did so well. We're going to pass you on over to the gorgeous Sheena now, and she's going to share what she loves about the business too.
Hi, everyone. So I'm a mama of 3 girls, aged 12, 8, and 2. I've been in the business for about 10 months now. I think it's 10 months, 10 months-ish. And so I've had huge changes. So I was a mum that worked night shift, got about 4 hours sleep max. So I'd finish work at like 2 a.m. and then due to other responsibilities around my employment, I wouldn't get out till about 3. And then I'd have to get up for the babies in the morning because my partner works night shift. So I did this for about 5 years. I did get an opportunity where I could get more income, which sounds like a good idea until you take on the responsibility. With more income comes more responsibility, especially if you're not doing the online business. So literally responsible for like 30 other bodies, running on 4 hours sleep. It was pretty crazy. But since I've done this business, in 10 months time, I've been able to leave that job. I'm like on a normal 5-day a week, day shift hours. I love it. My kids love it. I do a job where it's just my job. I'm not having to organize or help 30 other people do their jobs or help their mental state or anything like that at work. I literally just go to work and do my job. And that's all thanks to this online business. The extra income that I've created on this online business has just given me that freedom to actually find a job that I actually like. So the job I'm doing right now, I actually enjoy where I am. I love the people I work around. Everyone's happy, you know. My previous employment, everybody hated it. I mean, even the people that were working there, it's like we all dragged our asses just to get that money. But you don't have to do that on the online business. And that's what I love the most about this. The people on here are amazing, supportive, always there for you. And we all have a story. We all have different stories. So yeah, we'd be so keen to have you guys on board. Bye. Back to you, Tans.
Thank you, gorgeous. Love your story. I love your story. She's such an inspiration. So, and we can, you know, I love this business, obviously what it's brought us, but we also have a really beautiful way of supporting our customers. So, and you've heard Megan talk a little bit about the products that actually, it's Juice Plus. So essentially what we have is we have this gorgeous online program. It's mind, body and soul aligned. Everything is accessible and all of our customers have lifetime access to the program. So once you're in, you have all the tools and resources that you need to create a really healthy lifestyle. We're talking recipes, meal plans, you know, hundreds of family-friendly recipes, meal plans and shopping guides and gratitude journals and mindfulness. And, you know, we've got guest speakers. And so everything is available for you. It's a very comprehensive program. I absolutely loved it because obviously I'm very soulful and I love the mind, body, soul aspect, that we really need to be aligned in all of these areas to ensure that we've got complete health and vitality. If one of these areas is not good, is not healthy and not vibing properly, then it's going to affect all the other areas as well. So we want to have that trifecta of really good health and vitality. Now, the other reason why I loved it was because, you know, as a mum of 4 and I had teenagers at the time, and, you know, we all know how badly teenagers eat. They don't eat veggies. They hate healthy food, and they absolutely loved the food in the program, which was exciting for me. So I just kept making all the cool recipes in the program. Now, the other thing that I had at the time was I had, as you've heard a little bit about my story with my daughter, she had really severe anxiety. She had panic attacks regularly and she would cut to ease the pain. Now, for me as a mum, I had no idea what to do. We had Kat on the phone constantly. We couldn't get her out of her room. She would barricade the door shut. The only way I'd know that she was cutting was because her boyfriend would be messaging me, telling me that she's cutting and she won't take the blade, won't put the blade down. The only answer that we had was to actually take her to ED, but we couldn't get her out of her room to take her to ED. So, you know, and I could hear her crying, you know, with her door shut. And it was just a really difficult, really traumatic time for all of us. You know, she was under psychologist care and getting therapy, but nothing was working for her. And, you know, there was talk of that she needed to go to a psychiatrist. So we were looking at medication at that point, and neither of us wanted it. So enter our incredible fruits, veggies, and berries. So for my daughter, she actually got the free product, but I will talk a little bit about that. Now, these are essentially Juice Plus, beautiful Juice Plus products. These are fruits, veggies, and berries, 33 of them, vine ripened, grown on 3-generation organic farms, and then they are allowed to pretty much fall off the tree. They are snap frozen really quick to contain and hold in all those nutrients, and within 24 hours, they are crushed down into a giant slushy, dehydrated at a really low temperature, and so that they keep all the nutrients and keep everything live. And then they are put into a vegan capsule to ensure that no oxidation destroys the enzymes either. So love these. These are essentially thousands and thousands and thousands of phytonutrients going into your bloodstream every single day. How exciting is that? Now, you cannot get these from one whole piece of fruit, okay? Or even if you're not getting your 9 to 13 fruits and veggies recommended daily dose a day, you will not get it. You will not get thousands and thousands of phytonutrients unless you're using these. So I love how these work. And of course, your body is a well-oiled machine. It knows how to heal itself. It knows how to function well. It knows how to detox. It knows how to give you energy to get through your day. But if we haven't given it the best environment to do that, then it can't do it, and it struggles to get through our day. So all it can really do is function. And there's no way it's functioning at a high level. So once we add these beautiful nutrients into our bloodstream, it goes exactly to where your body needs it the most. And it helps your body do what it naturally knows how to do, which I absolutely adore. So for me, I was really sick. These have been absolutely amazing for me. And of course, with these, you get free chews or capsules for a child. So our company gives these away to a child for free. And that's what my daughter had. She had the capsules, she got them for free. She started on them, and I tell you what, her mood improved within a week. She was coming out of her room. She wasn't in tears all the time. She was telling me she was feeling positive and thought there was something wrong with her. And I'm like, I'm so excited. What are you talking about? That's what I want to hear. And she's now, 19 at university and eating crack food. But I know she's getting really good nutrients from her fruits and veggies every day, because she still gets these free. She gets them free for up to 4 years between the ages of 4 and 18. So even if she started at 15, even if she starts at that young age, if she's over 18, she still keeps getting them for free, which is really exciting. Love these. So these are exactly the same as what's in the capsules, just in a chewy form. Now, the other thing that we've got is our beautiful omegas. Everything we have here is plant-based, and we do that because plants are way more sustainable. They're way better for your body. Your body knows how to digest these. These are a blend, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9, and they are all from plants, from algae. So we skip the fish, we go to the fish's food, we grow it in a clean, contained environment. So we're not taking the fish from the fish's food from the sea. Plus, there's another beautiful 5 seed sources in here too, which give us the lovely blend. The other thing about fish is fish oil, and I was taking these for years, fish oil is actually highly toxic because the process needed to get the oil out of the fish is chemical and heat processed, which means that it's going to be toxic by the time it goes into your body, whereas these are cold pressed. So there is no chemicals, there is no heat. And so these are highly efficient as soon as they enter your body. And our last beautiful products that we have are our yummy protein powders, which are full of superfoods, plant extracts, all sorts of yummy, scrummy things, pre and probiotics, and of course naturally high in B vitamins, and of course, which is great for mood boosting. So these are all food. There is nothing in here that's synthetic, nasty, or added. Nothing. Okay, it's all just food. So all the nutrients in here is from food, which I absolutely love. Great for kids' snacks. Great for Milos, after school hot chocolates, way healthier form, and after school snacks instead of the highly processed sugar-filled snacks that we have. So I'm going to now pass you on to the gorgeous Aisha, and she's going to share a little bit about what she loves about our program.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me on tonight's event. Yep. So my name's Aisha. I just want to share you a bit of a health story, but just a disclaimer. So this is a mum's event. I'm not a mum, but I'm a mum in making. So I just wanted to share my health journey thus far, and I just wanted to start with food. So just a little bit about me. Growing up, I actually grew up. I spent a lot of my childhood time in Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. So if anybody knows where that is, you would know that Hawke's Bay is the fruit bowl capital of New Zealand. So growing up in Hawke's Bay on about a 4-acre farm, where my grandmother, my mum, and my auntie will cultivate natural foods just like I remember corn, I remember potatoes, I remember Māori potatoes, those small little people. Oh, those beautiful. Can't find them anymore. But anyways, grew up around food, grew up around family and food and the emotional and spiritual connection that we have with food to our land. Just everything together. It was just when I look back at it now, I think about how beautiful just that simplicity was compared to today, and how expensive food can be, especially when you're trying to make a simple change in your health and in your lifestyle and in your wellness and all that stuff. But anyways, having an emotional, I guess, connection with food growing up, having sentimental memories about these strong women in my life. Later on in life, food's getting expensive. Sometimes life and stuff happens. So I learned how to use food to, used food as an emotional kind of drug to suppress emotions. So I started emotional eating when stuff got a little bit hard. So I would stress eat a lot. And over the past few years, I've actually put on a bit of weight. So my relationship with food kind of changed a little bit. I started noticing that I was losing a lot of energy. I was lethargic. I was emotionally binge eating, and it was all the crap foods, just lollies and chocolate, and I mean a whole block of chocolate. I'm talking about sneaking a couple of blocks of chocolate in your room and just sitting in the corner eating that shit, ridiculous. But emotional eating, I was bloated a lot. Hormonal imbalances, I had real bad skin. I'm still trying to get under control of all of that, but it is actually improving. Irregular menstrual cycles, just not healthy. I have diabetes in my family, heart conditions in my family. I used to, go to GP and get checked up on that. I don't have any of that stuff yet. So as I'm getting older now, I took it for granted when I was younger. I'm getting a little bit older now. I don't actually want any of that stuff that is genetically in my family. So making a simple choice, I was introduced to this beautiful product. I've taken it now for roughly around about maybe 9 months. And the changes that I've seen in myself and also in my family. For myself, I've got more vitality. I don't have energy problems. Bloat is gone. I haven't had any bloat issues in such a long time. Even just my natural immunity. I haven't actually gotten sick with stuff like the colds and flus for a while now. Actually, I don't even remember the last time I did get sick. But anyways, my cycle regulated a lot better. My hormones starting to balance out, and my skin texture, quality, clearness is improved a lot. I had a lot of adult hormonal acne scarring. And so the qualities, the benefits and everything have just been up for me. So that's just me. I live here at home with my mum and my fiance, and my partner, actually, he suffers from psoriasis, autoimmune issues, stuff like that. And he actually hasn't had any issues with his psoriasis for, I don't know, about a good 2.5 months now that he's been taking his Juice Plus. So our journey has been amazing, and I just can't wait to carry on with doing this stuff. Amazing product, beautiful product, and let's see what another year's like on this, eh? Thank you. And I'll finish my story now. I'm going to pass you over to the amazing Aroha, who's going to share with her a little bit. Kia ora.
Hi guys, I'm Aroha. I've been on the products for about 2-3 months now. I jumped on them originally because I was lazy, like dead honest. I was just straight lazy. I had no energy whatsoever. I would literally wake up in the morning and make a bottle for my son, grab him out of his bed and jump back into my bed, and would be there till about 10 o'clock, if not lunchtime, till I have to get up and make something to eat for mostly him. I wouldn't even eat myself, and then I'd be back in bed, and I'd just lie in bed all day, wouldn't do anything, wouldn't have any energy just to even go for a walk, basically anything. And on top of like not having energy to be able to do anything with my son, I suffered depression really badly. So I would often be lying in bed with the no energy because I'd be depressed and have no life in me whatsoever. I could not be bothered. I've got 4 kids all out, 3 that are still in the North Island because of my past and a lot of fuck ups that I did in the past. But since then I've had my son, my youngest baby, and he's got a lot of energy. So it's really hard to keep up with him for me. At the time it was anyway. And so yeah, for that reason I jumped on to the Juice Plus products. I started out on the shakes, and just being on the shakes themselves, I gained so much energy. Like we no longer just laid in bed all day. Every day would be up, out doing things. I'd take my son to the park, would just go for a walk, would do daily routine, like I'd go shopping, which was a chore for me once upon a time. I'd hate to go out, and once upon a time I'd also go out just to like steal and stuff, which I don't have to do anymore as well. And I don't have like, I've got more energy to be able to do more things and not have to be doing bad things to be able to, I don't know, aid to all my habits once upon a time that were not healthy for me. And since being on the products, my health has improved, my energy's improved. We've got a daily routine. Mine and my son's relationships just blossomed. Like we're pretty close now, and we can talk. He can full on communicate with me, which is one thing we never used to be able to do. And just the relationship within my little family at the moment has basically blossomed, and everything's doing really good. As well as not just my own health, my son's health as well. He's just a different kid. He's so happy all the time. He's got so much energy. He's healthy, and like I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for Juice Plus. And the fact that that program does work. The shakes, they did give me an amazing boost and an amazing energy. Every time I felt like I was losing a bit of energy, I'd have another shake, or I'd make a smoothie and add a bit of the vanilla protein shake to it. Now I'm not only on the shakes, I'm also on the capsule, as well as the chews that come free with all the other, with your order, you get the free chews with them. I just ordered another pack of adult chews today, which came with the free chews as well. So I've just been sitting here munching on chews literally all day. I just finished another packet during this Zoom call. It's empty. It was full when I first started our last Zoom call before this. So like, and they don't taste yuck. Like they don't taste like gummies that you would get from someone that goes, hey, this makes you lose weight. And I've done it. I don't really want to name and shame, but the golly lollies, they really are disgusting. And I gave one of the Juice Plus, one of our ones to my friend the other day. She gave one to her son, and she was trying to find something bad to say. And all I could do was talk up Juice Plus and say how amazing it is, how much it's changed my life, how good they are, how my son likes them, how my whole family likes them, how you get them free with an order. All I could do was talk good about them. And she decided to turn around and try and come up with something bad. And she snatched the packet off the bed, and she's like, wow, so how much sugar's in them then? Because they literally taste like a lolly. They taste amazing. And knowing both of us, we can just sit there and eat lollies like crazy, and I did. But eating too much sugar didn't do any good for me. It actually made me feel worse. Eating all of this, there's no sugar in it. And she found it really hard to believe that. And once again, it just gave me another boost to talk about how great and amazing Juice Plus is and how natural everything is. I mean, the sweetness comes from the fruits that we eat already. Everything's literally natural and it's amazing. And I could pretty much go on and on and on about it forever. And it's been something that's changed my life dramatically. It's made me feel like I've gained another 10 years of my life. I felt like, even though I am still young and I don't want to be offensive to anyone that's in their older ages, but I felt like I was literally getting too old. And my son, my oldest boy, he's going to be 10 soon. It's just like, where did my years go? Like, what's happened? And I don't even have the energy, and I'm always sore. My back's always sore. I've always got an excuse to lie in bed. Like, I don't have that anymore. I don't have an excuse to just lie in bed. I have the motivation to get up. And now that I've been given the opportunity with the products, I've been able to take that even further. And now I'm able to not only just help improve my family's energy and health in general, I'm able to support and not just provide for my family, I'm able to raise my kids now, which is something that I've always wanted to be able to do, and be a mother to my children, which I can do now, which I haven't been able to do before. So yeah, Juice Plus has been able to do that for me, and I'm looking forward to an even longer future with Juice Plus. I've only been on here for about a month now on the business side of things, but yeah, I'm looking forward to even longer, and I'm loving it. So I'm going to pass it back now. I've talked long enough.
Thank you, darling. And I'm not going to take offense. I'm one of those older mums. I love it. And by the way, I totally feel you with the chews. I'm just obsessed, right? I just eat them all the time. I'm shocking. Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much. I love all our beautiful shares. We have so many stories. So these are just a snapshot of some of so many testimonials that we have. And the other thing, of course, is our product is the most researched product in the world. So Google it, ask Siri, it will come up with Juice Plus every time. And of course, it's all GMO and pesticide free as well, which we absolutely love. But, you know, we also are backed by science. So, you know, we've got the stories and we've got the science, and I absolutely love it. So if you're on here, you've got questions, you're watching the recording and you've got questions, you'd love to know more about either the product or the program or our business side, please get in touch with the person who invited you along or sent you this recording, because we don't want you sitting on the fence and waiting and then regretting later that you didn't jump on sooner than what you did. Don't be that person, because so many of us do that. And, you know, we think, you know, for me, I wish I'd found this when my children were little and I was a solo mum, because this would have literally changed my life right back then. And now I think about how much money I would have now, how much freedom I would have. I wouldn't have even had to do half the jobs, the crappy jobs that I did, and have to put my kids into daycare. It's such a great feeling knowing that I can offer this to so many young mums who have young children, and they are really making a massive change in their life, which I love. So I love these stories. So thank you so much for watching this tonight, and we will see you again. Thank you. Bye, everyone.